All right, it's January 13th, 2022. Pretty nice morning for January. I'm out here in shorts, and we're talking about celery. Some lady had asked me online how I was growing it. She had a problem, and I have some footage from different celery escapades. This is my celery right now. It's grown from 2 pockets down. This thing is, however big the pocket is, the celery is now double. It's come over the top of this pocket. Last year was my first year of having like a real full-on garden. I'd done some deck and we were learning, but with the accident, COVID, the lady downstairs moved out and I took over the back. That I inherited, kinda. She didn't really take care of it the way I did. And then I built, the landlord had made a playhouse. I ripped the roof off and we made it into a greenhouse. I've added this tomato tower here and what Jennifer calls the Alice in Wonderland walkway. Over there, usually that's loaded up, full of plants there, and then I use the ropes to run cucumbers and tomatoes up to. But I just went on eBay and bought any and everything. If it sounded cool or sounded like something I'd use, I just bought it. So I planted some celery, Utah tall. That's what I bought off eBay. They could be lying. Maybe that's not the right strain. But I like the celery. It's good. There we go. Let's just break one off. I mean, to me, that's a good stalk of celery. So this celery here is more than enough for us to live off of. I can come out and cut a piece and eat it. When we buy celery at the store, it was always like the whole pack. And then we'd use 2 or 3 stalks and the rest of it would rot in the refrigerator. Just growing random vegetables in the backyard. And I planted some celery. It didn't work. I didn't know if maybe eBay ripped me off and sold me some bum seed, if I'd done something wrong. So I took a grow bag down there. And I mean, the pack came with like 500 celery seeds or something crazy. I mean, I just, you know, I'm way overseeded. So we'll go down there and I'll show you what I did down there later. But this is what it looks like here. And that's the top. I think it looks pretty good. So this is one of the ways that I grow the celery here. The premise here is it keeps the core of every tier, it keeps the core really wet. You gotta water it every day. So in the middle of this thing, the dirt is always, you know, should be way wet. On the outside of the pocket here, no water comes. You can see the little water tray, and if I add water, it'll drip out of this hole right here and right here. So no water ever comes on the outside. So if the plant wants more water, it grows in, the roots grow in toward the middle, where the middle is soaking, sopping wet. So a plant can go in there and get as much water as it wants. Or a plant can stay out here and be as dry as it wants. Now, obviously when it's raining, all that goes to shit. You need to put it where it's protected. You don't want to overwater the green stuff. So on this one, yeah, it's easy to grow anything, let alone celery, because of the system and how it works. And if you do it right, anything pretty much should grow in here. So where this thing is in the garden, at this time of year, the sun comes up over there. The sun comes up over there, and then just rises up and goes behind you. Like this area gives no sun. In the summertime, when the sun's coming up between here, working its way to here, this thing gets sun early in the morning. But this is the celery that's been growing down here. I mean, it was thriving. It's middle of January. I mean, I know it doesn't get too cold here, but there's not a lot of light. So this is a crop that I think I can keep going year round. And on the green stalk, it does really well. So I like the idea of the felt pot, but I wanted to do something that was like the self-wicking system. So down here I put a 5-gallon bucket underneath this plywood. And if you look up here, it's a towel. So that towel goes down into the bucket and comes up. And the felt pot, if you look here, how it has this moss growing on it. So it has been getting plenty of water. Oh, look at that. See all those roots? Now I see a lot of bugs too, but all those roots went down into the water. Look here. I mean, look at this big root system here. That's roots. That's roots. That's not towel. That's roots. So, I mean, the plants can thrive like this. So, if I can come and fill the 5-gallon bucket up every week, then I only water once a week. And the plants get the perfect amount of water that they need. One more to come up is the celery that I way over sowed. Okay, you ready?
Yep. Oh, it's like stuck. Oh.
Good deal, right? Look. Oh shit.
Okay.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow, look at this. The other one, yeah, look at all these little grubs that are on here.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's way gross. That's what I was telling Ewart about. So, I like the idea. It gets to be kind of nasty. I should have been changing the water like once a month. This is the pot that I originally planted, way overplanted the celery in. See, and I'll just rip out a plant. What I did was in this batch, I ripped out 6 plants and went and put it back there. So those plants came out of this pot. That celery plant came out of this pot. These celery plants came out of this pot. The plants up on my green stalk came out of, you guessed it, this pot. Now I should have videoed it, but I didn't. But all of these celery plants came out of here. All of these celery plants, now yesterday it was a big puffy stack, came out of here. Now it's still, and this is way too many. Like there's no way these two are gonna live here. We're just ripping this one out now. Yesterday it was, I mean, it was such a mess here. It was like a clown afro. I mean, it was just a huge pile. So there's a little background, a little information on how I grow my celery. Hope that helps. If not, hopefully it was at least interesting. If you made it this far, think about giving me a like, maybe comment. If you think the video sucks and I'm an idiot, put on there on the comment. Any comment's better than no comment. Thanks for watching the video. Y'all have a great day.